Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well as a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Avatar top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to twitch.tv/murderrg, and today we have a very special guest joining us. My good friend, one of the first guys I ever casted with. It's, you know what, not good friend, a great friend. It's Styxa. Welcome to the show, Styxa.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a hot minute since I've done any casting, so hope to God I'm not...
Was it season 4?
Yes, I think I did like a lot of casting at the beginning of season 4, and then my computer just decided to crap out on me.
No,
so
you're here today. That's what matters.
Yeah, man.
And you did some casting for Boise State, right? So
that's correct. Yeah.
Got some work in between the time with NGS and now. So today we have a Division D East matchup. ProBUs versus 2Calculated2Throw. And it's a calculated throw doubleheader tonight because later on, starting at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, we got Calculated Throw versus Ban Cho. That's a Division C East matchup. So the sister team here of 2Calculated2Throw up next. But first, we're going to be here in Division D East. And Styxa, I know you've been playing in Division D over on the other side, but how are you feeling down in this division this season?
I don't know. I'm having a blast, man. I think it's been said in the past couple of seasons that Division D, you know, you don't really expect much to come out of it, but lo and behold, there's a ton of great players in this division. There's a ton of fantastic comps. You see heroes you don't see very often. It's a lot of fun, and it's something that, you know, brings a lot to the game that you don't really necessarily get in those higher divisions, because it's just very meta up there, and you know, you get the comfort picks down here, right? So
I mean, you play meta heroes too, right?
Oh yeah, of course, but still.
I want to talk about meta. Like, can we flip over to this lobby really quick? Look at this. Look at the portrait synergy going on here. These guys know what's up. Dragon on the left and Fear on the right, captains of these squads, making sure they're looking sharp and dressed, ready to go. But we're still waiting on one more for 2Calculated2Throw before we get started. And I guess just hanging out in the meantime. Let's get back to our discussion about Nintendo Switch games, Styxa. What other games have you been playing?
Mainly just Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. Then I'm gonna be starting hopefully up Mario Odyssey very shortly.
Oh yeah, I'm still in with Odyssey. I got pretty far. Not like real. I don't know, maybe about halfway. And I just kind of slowed down. I don't know why. I think it was just like, man, I'm rushing through this game so fast. I don't want to beat it already. But I haven't gone back and like continued, so maybe I should do that.
I've been playing a lot of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and I'll tell you what, I want to shoot myself every time I play that game. It is so overly difficult for like...
And to get 100% clearing, that's what makes it hard. Because sure, you can beat all the levels somewhat easily. But if you want to go get all the Kong letters, you want to get all the coins and whatever else they got, like, yeah, it gets pretty tough.
I've given up on the 100% on that game, man.
Now, me and my buddy have been playing it, and we played the one right before it, Donkey Kong Country Returns. And we did 100% clear that game, every single level, minus there was like a time trial mode. We didn't do that. That was too much. And then there was like some bonus, super bonus at the end. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we were like, all right, that's not part of the game. We're not counting that. But we effectively 100% cleared it. And it took a long time. And we started playing the new one, Tropical Freeze, on, well, it's the Wii U version. And yeah, that game is so hard.
It's like, oh man, I just want to, again, I'm sitting there. I don't think I've ever gotten so angry at like a Nintendo game.
Wait, what other Nintendo games have I been extremely frustrated with? I mean, there's been some tough ones. Like, even if you go back and like just like some of the stars you got to get in some of the Mario games can be really challenging towards the end.
Oh, Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah. Oh, I love
The OG one on N64. There was a couple of levels in there.
Now, here's what they did with Banjo-Kazooie. They made a port onto the Xbox 360, if you remember. And in that version, if you die, you get to keep all of your music notes.
Oh, God.
Now, in the original N64 version, you have to go collect 100 music notes in every single world. That's pretty hard. In fact, it's like some of the hardest stuff to do in the game. And it was really hard because if you died, you had to start over.
Yeah.
They took that away in the port, and I didn't like that because it kind of cheapened the experience. But it's still a great game, and like the HD graphics are nice.
Definitely. I'm trying to think, what other games have I been playing? I've bought like a lot of I've been playing like a lot of indie games, or a little bit like maybe not so mainstream. My girlfriend got like a bunch. We got a game called Remy Lore, which is like anime meets Diablo.
Okay.
It's like a dungeon crawler style game. We got Travis Strikes Back, I believe is what it's called. What else did we get? We got the new Atelier game that just came out.
What's that?
Honest to God, I can't really tell you what it is. It's her game, not mine.
Okay.
What other ones have we been playing? I don't know. Like, we've been playing a lot of Devil May Cry 5 for PS4. We're working on that.
So I had a friend stay at my house when I was out of town to watch my dog, and he was the same friend I played Donkey Kong with, and he's like, "Hey, can you leave your Switch there so I can play it?" And I wanted to bring it on my trip with me for like the airplane, whatnot. So I was like, all right, you know what, you're doing me a favor. I'll leave my Switch. I let him take it. So on the trip, I ended up bringing my DS, or 3DS rather.
Nice.
I bought the 2007 Super Mario 3D World and played that. That game.
Just go to GameStop and just pick up a used.
I think I just downloaded it. I actually checked GameStop. It was the same exact price as the digital version, so I just said whatever, I'll download it. But that game's so much fun. I had a good time kind of farting around in a handheld Mario game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. Most of my Nintendo experience has been a couple of Legend of Zelda games here and there, but like primarily Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, how about the new Sword and Shield? What are your initial impressions on that?
I'm pretty excited. It's pretty new in terms of having a Pokemon game on a, we'll refer to as next gen console, like the current, like the like an actual console that isn't necessarily handheld.
Right.
So there's that. Other than Let's Go, I don't think we really include Let's Go in this case. Let's Go was the test for a Pokemon game on the Switch, right?
It was a really good modern port of Pokemon Yellow.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. I don't disagree with that. It's just it did so many different things, right? With Pokemon on the Overworld and all that jazz. So
yeah, I actually really like the Pokemon on the Overworld aspect, because there's so many times, like in some of those caves, where you just want to get the heck out and you can't.
Yeah, just run through Mount Moon without hitting anything. Oh my god, that'd be great.
Or like you try to run away and you fail, and then your Pokemon takes damage and you die.
Yeah.
Like I love the fact that like you don't even have to battle the wild Pokemon in that game. It's so good.
Yeah, but it makes leveling pretty difficult, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean you just gotta catch them and you get the bonus XP. But hey, in chat, Recyclic says Stixy Poo.
Hi, Recyclic. I see you. I got chat open.
Oh, Recyclic! Congratulations on your Regen Red subscriber badge.
Oh,
12 months in the books with the RG family.
Wow.
That's awesome, dude. And I think Repsychic, you had your regen anniversary. Was it just like 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, right before I went on that trip? So
Nice.
he's been a sub the whole time. Look at this guy go.
What a legend.
An absolute legend. And he's here checking out because later on tonight we got that Division C East matchup with Calculated Throw and Ban Cho. And I believe Regen Red has a matchup against Ban Cho in the coming weeks. I think it's one of their flex matches, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
So maybe a little scouting for them. See what happens. But we are officially 5 minutes away from that forfeit line. I don't want to be the guy, so I'm going to leave it up to these captains. If they want to wait, so be it. I don't have to be anywhere for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Same.
Okay.
Well, technically 3 hours. I mean, I got a game at 11. So I see Andrade in there saying I'm going to be casting this purely for scouting reasons. Well, we're in the other division, but this is for playoffs. I don't know, man. We'll see.
A new subscriber
The
has
grand
been
finals.
acquired.
Oh, Repsychic.
Yeah,
hit the
I guess I
button.
can share that.
What up, Repsychic?
Nice.
Appreciate it, man. I don't know why
Nice.
Murderbot just said that twice. Is he bugged?
Thank you.
I don't know. Murderbot's a little drunk today.
Oh, going back to the whole Nintendo thing. For those of you that do have Twitch Prime, because I see Repsychic
Oh
subbed in there, don't forget about the Nintendo Online and Twitch Prime deal that they got going on right now.
So
I
explain
think
to me how this works. As someone like myself, I already have Nintendo Online. Am I still eligible for this Switch promotion?
I believe it stacks. Yeah, I was reading our good friend Rag over in the Regen server. I think he was just laying down the law for all the people, and saying that it does indeed stack as far as we are aware.
Well, I'm gonna be a guinea pig. We got a couple minutes right now. Why not just take a look and see what's going on here?
Because as far as I'm aware, so what is it? Get 3 months, and then if you still have Twitch Prime, 2 months later, you get another 9 months. So you get a year of Nintendo Switch Online, and so that's what $4.99 USD a month. You pay for 3 months. That's $15, and online, if I'm for a year, is $20, right? So.
Okay, so
You're looking at saving
here's the caveat. It says, are existing Nintendo Switch Online members eligible for this offer? Only Nintendo Switch Online users with individual memberships are eligible for this offer. These users can add the 3-month and 9-month memberships onto their existing membership period. Unfortunately, Nintendo Switch Online family memberships are not eligible to participate in the campaign. Also, please note that users cannot add additional months to an existing membership if that would cause their Nintendo Switch Online access time balance to exceed 36 months. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so
you can stack it,
so
just
not over 3 years worth.
or not if you have a family plan. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. Claim now. Let's go. How do I do this? Log in? Sign in.
I guess
not
so. I
signed
don't
in?
know.
Okay.
Oh,
Claim
looks
now.
like they got their player coming in now, or he's logging on.
Oh, he's logging in now.
Cutting it close, my friend.
Sign in. Agree to terms. I don't know my password. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, there it goes. Man, that froze really bad. Google. Still waiting on this final member. 1 minute officially on the clock. But seems like the captains are cool either way.
Tal is needed saying this is Nintendo sponsored. No, it's just we just like Nintendo Switch. Murda and I were talking about Switch games that we were playing before, so
Heck yeah.
just kind of continuing on.
Well, look at that. That only took me like 3 seconds. I redeemed the 3-month extension for free using my Twitch Prime.
There you go.
So confirmed, it does work. I guess I have to go back in later and add the 9 months, but
Yeah, if you still have Prime a couple of months from now.
sure. That's exciting.
Hey, this game will not be forfeited. It looks like the guys are good.
I love how this guy, towel is needed, represents the Wii U with so much pride.
I don't know,
actually
man.
love-
I
I love
never
the
bought
Wii
a
U.
Wii U.
People don't. Hold on. Let me show you guys some Wii U.
I never bought a Wii U. I bought a Wii,
Wii U?
and then
Oh, here.
I never bought a Wii U. No.
Got it. All right. Look at this.
Like
It's a Wii
my
U.
friends
It's a
had
little
Wii U.
dusty. It's a little dusty. Oh my God, Raptilius made it. But hey, that's it. It's so big. Why would you want this when you can have a Switch? It's pointless.
Yeah.
Put you down, Mr. Nintendo. All right, we are late, so we're gonna jump right in. I'm gonna throw my R out there. Styxa, you ready as well, right?
Yep.
Young Shocker, why do you wear sunglasses indoor? Actually, I'm outdoors, so that's why. Next question, Skull Kid W, why are you streaming on a Mac? It's not. It's actually a PC. And here we go.
Right.
Alt direct pass. Interesting. We sat there in that lobby for all that time. I didn't even see what map we were going to.
Neither did I. I didn't even think about it. Ultrac Pass, not a map that I'm a fan of necessarily, at least in competitive play. I mean, I like the map overall. I like poke heroes on this. We know Chromie is banned out, globally banned because of the
Globally
rework.
banned. Sure.
I really like Li Ming on this map personally, but that's my personal opinion. Now, I'm bans here. I'm presuming that there's a little bit of scouting done, and I won't know if I see those bans. So
Yeah, I'm thinking they're just sticking standard here. I don't know what's been standard for Div D, but it's been a lot of like getting rid of Zeratul and some of the other divisions. I think I've casted one Div D game all season, so
it was mine. Yeah.
okay, Ana. This is perfect. I like Ana. She's strong right now. Take her away. Actually, I think she's really good on this map. I saw her. Wait, did she get played here last night? No, she was actually banned here last night as well. But
I have Horus. He's pretty good on this map.
sure, yeah.
It's a big map. Gives you delay. All sorts of different things.
I mean, Styxa, our brawl still has me triggered on Ana, so.
Just take Nano.
Like, Styx and I were just playing a brawl before this cast, as we see Maiev getting banned away. And we had Styxa playing Mephisto, and he's shredded, and he had like 14 kills. And we had an Ana on our team. She went Eye of Horus. She didn't take Nano, and it's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Maiev being banned, clearly somebody was reading the Div D chat today and was watching the replays of OC Peach Boy's very own Oris Vicious there. Oh my god, the absolute shredding being done on Maiev. So clearly that's the case here. Just is my guess. I like this Brightwing ban. Personally, I think Brightwing's a really good pickup on this map. Globals, I think. This is like... I compare this kind of to Cursed Hollow in verticality.
Sure.
It's just a big map.
It's just Twitch chat. Let's keep everything here PG-13. No fighting in my chat, or I'm just gonna silence you. It's kind of I don't tolerate it. So it's my chat, my rules. Sorry. A new Brack pickup. I like this, Stick. So what do you think about a new Brack right now?
I think he's first pick worthy personally. I think a Nubrak CC is phenomenal. Just you have to kind of pair it with something. I like him with another frontliner or like a support that's going to be able to keep him up. Just constant healing. I think that he has his perks, but again, he can go down pretty quick. he doesn't. I don't think he has that big of a health pool in comparison
Yeah,
to
and
someone like Diablo.
I think it was on Edge. They were talking about Anubrak's win percentage down in Division D, and it's not that high, but he's being picked a lot. He's very popular. But I think a lot of the reason there's so many teams that play heroes like Raynor that are just gonna auto attack Anubrak, and there's not much the bug can do against. He's just gonna get ripped to shreds, and then he has to use his burrow charge as an escape, which is like not super ideal.
Yeah, you're really looking for that burrow charge as not necessarily as an engage, but a follow up on your Q, right? That impale. So, I like the Dahaka pick for the global. Really strong. Stukov, good heals.
I think we're finally getting to see Alterac Pass played competitively. This has got to be one of Dahaka's favorite maps to be on because he has so much room. The map's very tall, deceptively tall. And getting up to those objectives late is super crucial because the soak lanes are basically free. There's no camps that go there, so you just get a little extra value that no one else can get. And then you show up and ISO drag, let's go.
For sure. Reading chat here. They think that you can punish a noob really hard. Yeah, exactly like we were mentioning with Raynor, and he says Hanzo. I think Hanzo can kind of get a little messed up with beetles, just if a beetle happens to spawn, because it blocks Q.
Until he gets the pierce. But.
Yeah, of course. Early Alex pick, I mean, I can agree, but Ana is banned, and I think Ana is probably the biggest counter to Alex in turn.
Yeah, definitely.
And Azmodan.
And they didn't go for the Deckard Cain in response to get the Emerald at 7. Would have been an option to help shut down Alex Draza. Instead, it's the Stukov. But Stukov, this is like a hero that has I think the highest win percentage here in Div D for the support, or I guess healer position, not support position. And they're telling me on Edge they think it's because people are stacking up inside those silent circles. A lot less coordination and the value that it can get here in Division D. But over on the other side, you see who was picked up by 2Calculated2Throw. It's Kael'thas, and that's exactly the same reason why he's so strong here. Here's our final hero. It's Phoenix. So now we got all 10 heroes chosen, and I'm going to throw the vote over to chat. As always, let me know who you think's going to win. Hashtag we'll just say hashtag ProBUs. That'll be the hashtag for them. And then on the other side, hashtag 2C2T if you want to vote for 2Calculated2Throw. But Styxa, let's go to you. What are your thoughts here after seeing all 10 heroes here?
I'm looking at both teams. I like Genji Raynor. I like Raynor, especially with the amount of CC that they have, the slows and everything like that, and then just the finishing up by Genji. I just think that Kael'thas Thrall Phoenix is going to be way too much damage. Salvo on top of an Earthquake.
Yeah.
With just Kael'thas bomb damage, it's going to be nutty.
Yeah, and I also really like the matchups they have with either the Phoenix or the Thrall into Dahaka. I think Dahaka's going to have a little bit of a hard time, but he can still make a difference in this game. If he can use those brush stocks effectively, if he can make a difference in the XP department for his squad, then Dahaka is going to work out fine. Of course, how good can he be coming out of that bush? Can he hit the ISO? Can he land a tongue and pull someone back like a Kael'thas, take him out early in a fight? That's really what Chaos Tank is going to need to do here for ProBUs.
Yeah, well, I think if they can pick off a Kael'thas or the Phoenix, I think their fight gets a hell of a lot easier. And then you've got the beefiness of the two tanks. So that is going to be nice and easy.
Well, Styxa, let's introduce these teams. Starting over on the left-hand side, we got Aruba on Jim Raynor. We see Milkstar playing Stukov, Dragon 478 on Anubrak, Secret Asian Man. I guess that's Asian Man. He's playing the Genji. And up top in the solo, talked about him on Dahaka, it's Chaos Tank. Ladies and gentlemen, they are ProBUs.
All right, and then over here on the right-hand side in the red, we have 2Calculated2Throw. Fear, I believe that's the captain, going to be playing Phoenix. Galdre Ice on Alex Straza. Jurgen Derb on Kael'thas. August Sun playing Thrall. And wrapping it all up is Reptilius on that Diablo.
Styxa, August Sun's already B-stepping, trying to take your Division D leaderboard spot.
Somebody already took my Division D leaderboard spot, so it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. We'll see. I got quite a bit of games this week, so we'll see how that goes, and we'll see who's on top next time. But pretty standard 5-man mid for the side of 2Calculated2Throw, and then just split off. They've got 2 strong solo laners here in the form of Thrall and Phoenix, so I think they're going to stick with a 1-3-1, and that's going to do them very well.
Yeah, I mean, decent solo laners on the other side, Dahaka, and then down bottom we see Aruba playing that Raynor down here. Jim Laner, you know, he's still a hero. He can still hop in here. We see him going at level 1 with Ace in the hole. But I want to talk about Phoenix, because Phoenix opting to go with advanced targeting. Of course, that's his Plasma Cutter build. And the value he's going to get here up against a Dahaka and a Nubrak who want to be on that front line, I think it's going to be pretty dirty.
Yeah, Q build I find is a little better when you don't have any mages, because it's just spell damage. But I guess if you can get your auto attacks in, it's going to be really good. I mean, what's the one that you usually get? Arsenal Synergy is typically the more standard of the picks at level 1.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll see how this Q build works out for him. But we see 2 members of ProBUs in this bottom lane right now. Looking for a gig. Out comes the stun from a Nubrak. Gonna hit the second one there. Big dash in by the Genji. They're looking to try and get Phoenix, but a great teleport. And Fear gonna be able to get away.
A little mistake there. So, I mean, the burrow charge over the wall is fine, but you still have an Impale Dragon. Hold that until you see the warp and interrupt it. Keep that Phoenix there for the kill. A little bit of meat left on the bone that time. Still no first blood here on Alterac Pass.
Great attempt, and again, now you're going to see a Nubrak and Genji just roam up to the top lane and give themselves a shot on Thrall this time around, and hopefully some of the players are pinging, you know, letting them know that there's a little bit of nonsense on the way top.
I'm keeping an eye on it, because they're definitely sharking for it, but August isn't coming out too far. Now kind of making a move. It's going to be up to Chaos Tank to hit this drag, and here it comes. Does he throw it? Just a little late. Dahaka not able to pull Thrall back, so he's safe behind the wall, and we'll live to see this objective.
Thrall getting away by the skin of his teeth. That drag just a little short. Unfortunately, no range. And this is now a little bit of a late camp pick, I think, here. You got to get into that objective, but there are those 2 minions here that will delay it for you just a little bit. So this will give you a little bit of pressure in the map, in the middle lane. And to be honest, these camps do a hell of a lot of work.
Oh,
but
that's a good
you're
drag.
giving up the first cap here.
So Fear, the captain for 2Calculated2Throw, surviving twice already with the warps on his Phoenix hero, and he's got his shielding back, so he's ready to go. The whole team is here, both squads ready to go, and it's still this blue channeling going on. 10 seconds until the objective.
Great flip and a stun there by Reptilius onto the Dahaka. Now Dragon being popped, trying to get as much healing out as possible. Genji in the backline. Down goes Thrall, however, but the objective going to be picked up for ProBUs.
Yeah, really great job staying in there, not being afraid. Chaos Tank did a little bit of work. Hit that drag early in the fight, made Phoenix have to worry a little bit. But ultimately all it did was give him enough time, and they had 10 seconds left on the channel before anyone showed up to really try to stop it. So good work on the first objective here for ProBUs.
Yeah, ProBUs walking away with a kill and an objective and the level 7 talent tier advantage. So I would like to see them do a little bit of pushing here. Maybe not in the bottom lane, as you see Dahaka trying to do the 1v3 here, but you see 3 in the bottom. Push top. You've got 2 heroes up there. Get as much value as possible, as far away as possible from the other heroes. Dahaka might have his burrow. Make it 4 in the top here.
Yeah, I'd actually maybe like to see that. I know they lose a little bit of soak down here. Actually, I'm going to send the Raynor instead. Maybe this is a little bit better. Let the Haka double soak. He did go into tissue regen, so not extra speed. Here's Fear under a lot of trouble. The Impale's going to connect, but warping once again, trying to get some shielding back, but he's in a terrible spot. Will finally fall. Second kill of the game here for ProBUs.
Yeah, that was a cheeky teleport. I think teleporting away or upwards, I think you were doomed. Genji Chase is just a little too strong unfortunately, for fear there, but they're going to lose that top fort and a pick and just back down to soaking the lanes for ProBUs.
Yeah, but what a great lead they have opened up now. 2 levels on the board, but 1 level now in XP as level 8's achieved there for 2Calculated2Throw. But we're only a half level away now from heroic talents, and this is kind of early. We're only a little under 6 minutes into this game, and it's been a lot of XP built up quickly here by ProBUs.
Yeah, they've got this level lead. I want to see them get as many structures here as possible. Look for that level 10, soak the EXP, and then just go in for a big fight. And here we see a little bit premature, I think. Wait for the level 10. The burrow charge trying to start something there, but being denied is Dragon there. And ProBUs now reaching level 10. Looking for a potential gank in the bottom lane. Out comes the drag on to Phoenix. Big old Dragon Blade. There is the stun we've been looking for to deny the warp. 3rd time's the charm. There we go.
Dragon made it happen with burrow charge. And that is going to be their 3rd kill. They made it happen with heroics, but didn't really have to use that Dragon Blade. They got the kill anyway. But more importantly, they get themselves 2nd for the game and maybe a boss here. I want to see if they drop back and take this. Yeah, they're going right to it. I love this call. I love this play. It's perfect right now for ProBUs.
Yeah, and because of this absence on the map, you can see that 2Calculated2Throw, they've made their way up to the top boss. They're going to try and trade, which I think is the play to do. You know, you're down a talent right now. You have a feeling that they're going for the boss. This will give you a little bit of pressure in that top lane, maybe even out the structures potentially, but you do have to keep an eye on that bottom lane because that boss will push into your keep, and losing a keep pre 10 minutes, that's going to be pretty big, as you need 2 keeps on this map to even think about trying to core.
Yep, objective spawning 5 seconds. That boss for the blue team still pushing bottom lane. No one there in response yet. We'll see if anyone's going to be sent back to try to clear it up. But just peeking at it, it's already on one of those towers. Minion wave will be right behind it shortly as these teams are looking at the objective, trying to get here in defense. Actually, it looks like Raptilius and the rest of 2Calculated2Throw are finally moving away. So time to channel for Genji. Secret Asian Man on it already.
Yeah, sending 5, I think, is maybe a little, overcompensating, but they just want to kind of confirm that they get this boss down and don't lose that keep. It doesn't look. I think they lost a tower there.
Yeah. See if I can peek over. Yeah, one of the towers is down. The wall's still standing. The other tower's still there, but it was not too fun for them because the boss they got, it's still on a fort wall instead of a keep wall. We're back in game. Switches back over. But here we go. Objective is being channeled. Already 10 seconds done. And no one from 2Calculated2Throw anywhere in the vicinity. So I think this is one probably going to be handed right on over.
Yeah, this 5-man rotated to the bottom. Have to rotate back all the way up. They've got 5 men here on the side of ProBUs, and now a team fight coming out. Big silence onto the Thrall. Down will go August Sun. Cocoon is out onto Diablo. Diablo will be broken out. The Cleansing Flame and the Fire Breath coming out. That's what? And Pyro, 4 ults.
Yeah, the Pyro came out so early on Stukov, and poor Milkstar, he was like, alright, well, I have a lot of health. I'm not too worried. He just kind of, like, ate it, and then was like, okay, here we go, back to healing. But that's
that trait.
Yeah, that's 2 objectives now for ProBUs, and they're already a little bit of damage onto that bottom keep wall, so we want to keep an eye there because that's the keep that's going to be in most trouble. And I'd love to see them prioritize. You see Genji looking at it. He's on the other side of this mud pit. Rest of the team's going to follow. This is the perfect play. I love it right now for ProBUs.
Yeah, this is definitely the way to go. The big dig in there. The burrow charge going to go out onto Kale Thoss. Down they go, and now they're going to be pushing a 5v4, 5v3 currently onto this. This is most definitely a keep down, and as I said before, keep is life force in this, as you need to have 2 keeps to end. Down goes the mid fort, and they're just going to be looking to push it this bottom keep here.
Yeah, it's most certainly going to be down. I do want to mention how fantastic a play that was there by ProBUs, recognizing the situation on the map, getting the keep down when it was ready to fall, and committing. I think the committing a lot of teams miss out on, and they made the move, they made it count, so good work for them. They're looking at another keep already onto this mid-keep wall. Cavalry's still here, another minion wave showing up, but maybe not. Oh, Hyperion could change the story, Styxa.
Yeah, and out comes the lightning breath as well as an earthquake. There's the salvo, does get interrupted. Big dive onto the Phoenix. Fear will barely get out thanks to the cleansing flame. Great cocoon to deny the Diablo engage and peel there, but they lose the keep, but not any lives, which is, I think, not too shabby, but it's not looking too promising here. Down a talent is too calculated to throw.
Yeah, and look at ProBUs marching straight after their siege camp, and the other side, 2Calculated2Throw grabbing theirs. So these teams have been on top of these camps, but I don't think this null camp going either direction has gotten too much value yet, because they're so diligent in getting them out around the same time. Even the bosses were timed out almost identically, so these teams are fairly matched in the macro department, and it's always a good thing to see. As well, look at this march. Are they going straight towards core here, Styxa?
This is very, very aggressive, and I'd love to see a takedown here. Try and get out that Genji, but out comes a burrow charge and an impale onto the Diablo drag. Out comes a salvo. Gonna be able to hit all 5 members. A ton of damage out there by Phoenix, but just a couple of ults blown and nothing else happened.
That's a great trade, though, because Cocoon is a 60-second cooldown, and then I believe Salvo's 90 seconds? I can double check that.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's 90 seconds.
Yep.
So that's a 30-second differential, and definitely a favorable trade for a new Brack.
Yeah, most definitely. And now with the objective coming up, you don't have that Earthquake Salvo combo that you're going to be looking for, and you have a level 16 talent advantage as you see the burrow charge go out onto Thrall. Lightning Breath going to be popped here. Earthquake as well. Out comes the Hyperion. Ton of damage going out onto Dahaka. He's going to be looking to be taken down, but the trait coming out as well, that regen. Genji just dashing back and forth, gonna be able to pick up that Diablo with the Dragon Blade. Out comes the Dragon from Alex Straza, looking to get a little bit of extra heals, barely keeping Thrall alive. August Sun just able to stick in there. As now Dahaka, this cheeky little grab, great deflect there by Genji. As now a Nubrak looking to dive back in. Everybody is so low, finally down goes Thrall. Kill Thoughts not able to pick up any extra living bombs. This is a fantastic fight from 2Calculated2Throw, being down a talent tier.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of value out of their Kael'thas finally, but they just weren't able to finish the kill, and it's because they didn't have their Thrall at the end of that. And you need Thrall to finish these kills off. He's got to be able to get in there. He's got to be able to hit those flanking positions, come from behind, and get that Earthquake so the team can't retreat out of there. But it ended up being ultimately a 1-for-0 in favor of ProBUs, and they're still trying to channel away. It looks like they're gonna get their 3rd objective, and with 2 keeps down, Styxa, we're talking about the end of the game here.
Yeah, this could potentially be the end of the game if they do get this objective. They still got 30 seconds, give or take, to try and get this this objective. Big gauge there onto 2Calculated2Throw. Thrall gonna be taken down once more. Out comes the Salvo, trying to take down the Dahaka. The Cocoon now onto Alex Straza. Genji potentially looking to dash in and finish off that kill, but he's a little too low for his liking. Probably not the most ideal engage.
It's another smart play here by ProBUs, knowing the situation that the objective's almost completed, knowing you have 2 keeps down. You don't have to risk your life there. Genji knew that. He didn't make the risk, and now they're going to reap the rewards here with the cavalry coming down with the 2 keeps already destroyed. They're looking to close out game number 1 right now.
Yeah, with both objectives, they are a little delayed, so I'd like to see them kind of just take it easy in here. If you're really looking to poke in, maybe wait for your wave to be there, especially with that bonus damage and movement speed. Clear out bot, I like this play. Gives your wave a little bit of chance to catch up and go directly into core. But if you can pick at least one of their damage dealers, I think this is game.
Yeah, and we got all the heroics online right now for ProBUs, so get ready to see them. There's Cocoon and Hyperion. D-Blade's out as well as a Lightning Breath's trying to shut them down, but it's not doing it yet. Pyroglass hits Stukov, not enough damage. Now the core taking all of it, 50%. Cavalry showing up from the bottom lane with some minions, but the defense is still strong. Still here. Can they get any kills? They need to finish off Raynor, and looks like they won't be able to do it. So game number 1 is going to be handed over to our blue team, ProBUs.
What a team fight there from both sides. Great engage there by the Diablo onto Genji, pick up the Genji kill, but unfortunately the CC, sorry, not the CC, just the pure raw auto attack damage there from Raynor gonna be more than enough to just walk in there and finish off the core. I love that Cocoon to start off the fight right onto the Alex Straza.
Yeah,
and the only person who did anything about it that I saw was the Lightning Breath of Diablo. You have to free your support there.
Yeah. Yeah, so we finished the game almost perfect there for ProBUs, only losing their Genji one time. 8-1 the final kill count, and 3-0 on the objectives, enough to give them a Game 1 victory on Alterac Pass. Here are the talents up on your screen right now. Take a peek before we go ahead and jump on a 4-minute break, set up game number 2. And we'll be back to see if ProBUs can grab the domination or if 2Calculated2Throw will send us to game number 3. and welcome back, Twitch. We are here in lobby. Looks like 2Calculated2Throw decided on first pick, and the map selection from ProBUs is going to be Cursed Hollow. I'm going to throw my R in chat and see if they're ready to go as well. Styxa, game number 1 in the books. What from ProBUs do they need to bring forward to game number 2 to continue the way they played there in game number 1?
I think that their coordination was just on point. Like, they had the CC, they had the follow-up. Just Anubarak went in, Dahaka with the dregs, Genji with the dive in and just follow-up damage. That's what you're looking for. And they executed it wonderfully. And I think that was the big key to success.
I definitely agree with you. The Rainer pick itself, I thought was kind of cool, taking it away. Final selection there, potential for 2Calculated2Throw. But Anubarak, how did we feel about the play? Because we talked, or at least I did, I talked about how Division D hasn't been getting much value with the hero, but right now, a little bit of a boost there from Dragon getting the first win of this match on Anubarak.
Clearly, Division D hasn't been looking at our team and seeing how often we play Anubarak, and
I forgot to switch the scene, sorry.
With Anubarak. So
don't worry, chat, you didn't miss anything. There's the first
there we
ban.
go.
It is Anubarak.
Well, there we go. Look at that, Anubarak ban. Speak of the devil.
I missed one hero writing in my book last game. I had Diablo, Alexstrasza, Thrall, Kael'thas, and what was the last one for 2Calculated2Throw?
Lord, I have no clue.
It'll
Maiev, I think?
Oh, it was Phoenix. It was Phoenix.
Oh, the pick?
Yeah,
or the ban?
No, it was their pick. It was a pick.
Oh,
Phoenix.
I thought we were talking about bans for a second. I don't know why.
Ana banned out for the second game in a row, though, by ProBUs.
Again, I think another good map for Eye of Horus. Just a strong support right now.
Another map, and this is kind of the curious part to me. I talked about game 1, both teams being pretty even on the camp taking, the macro play. Another map here, Cursed Hollow, where it's similar. You got 2 bosses on the map, 2 siege camps, and 2 bruisers. So it's going to be a lot of opportunity to see if these teams stay in line with one another once again on picking those up.
Yeah, I agree. The siege camp, timing those, depending on where the where the objective spawns.
Tributes,
the tribute. Yeah, it's kind of keeping an eye on that. Something to point out in terms of ban and pick order so far, same 2 bans coming out from the side of ProBUs, and 2 heroes that were in the previous game being banned out now for the side of 2Calculated2Throw, and then Diablo first pick Maiev.
So this is interesting. They're switching their ranged player from last game. Aruba played the Rainer. Now they're putting him on Maiev here. She falls through in this number 2 slot to ProBUs. But what are your thoughts just in general on teams switching up roles, moving from the melee assassin in between games?
I think that everybody kind of needs to be able to play any hero at any time, and this is a prime example of players being able to do that. I know that if I personally play ranged assassins, if I get thrown onto a melee assassin, I suck. so for these people to be able to do this, I mean,
props to them, right?
Fantastic. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the offlane people tend to have that happen the most, I feel, and the flex players. So maybe that's what Aruba is to their team. You get the ranged players, you get the melee heroes, you know.
So
just mix it up.
I love the Johanna. She's top tier tank right now. She's winning games left and right in NGS, and you're pairing it with Maiev, who has a similar idea in mind: pull heroes together in a clump, right? Both these heroes synergize so nicely together. I'm interested to see what they're going to pair with it, because they have a lot of opportunity. I know that Jaina would have been sweet, but that Stukov, smart ban there by 2Calculated2Throw, because that's one of those heroes that in particular, let alone how good Stukov was in game 1, but in particular so good with a Johanna and a Maiev.
The wait is over.
Ooh. So I agree. I really like this Stukov ban. Just throwing a silence pool right there in the middle of like a warden's cage, and then just pulling people back into it constantly. You just get so much value out of Stukov. And played in game 1, they did phenomenal.
So I wonder if this is
Phenomenal.
Emerald Wind inside a Warder's Cage.
Just you get pushed out into
and
bounce
the ball,
back.
the ball lightning with it.
That's a lot of. We're going to put you into a circle. You know what they need?
Hold on.
Sonya Leap Crater.
That might work too. It might work, or even just a Leoric might work here. I think the Leo gets value into Artanis and Diablo. Dahaka's fine. I think the Leo would have been slightly better. But I want to talk about this Uther pick. I think Uther's pretty smart. It's going to shut down a lot of the burst, of course, the armor he can provide. You get that D-shield to keep someone from falling. But pairing with it, they grabbed the Lunara, a smart pick because Lunara is so strong against the Uther. Could have filled that solo lane position for Chaos Tank if he wanted to play the hero. I love the selections there from 2Calculated2Throw, but I got to send it to chat and let you guys tell me if you agree. Hashtag ProBUs or hashtag 2C2T. Send your votes out. Let Styxa and I know who you guys think are going to win this game number 2.
Just looking at the drafts, I'm going to go with the double global. I think ProBUs has the better team, the better kind of planned out thought. I like APOC with Ring with, I would hope to God it's a Divine Shield. However, I wouldn't be angry at Divine Storm.
I missed the last ban in my book from ProBUs. Did you write it down?
It was a support. I didn't write it down, but I did look at it. Oh, it's White Mane. I see it in your chat.
Okay.
Heroes.
Rock on.
Mane.
Okay, I got that written down. Now let's switch over to the game. I'll go ahead and introduce this team on the left-hand side. They won game number 1, and it's the Captain Dragon 478 on Johanna, Secret Asian Man playing Cassia, Milkstar on the Battle Wing, Aruba playing Maiev, and up top, second game in a row on the Dahaka, it's Chaos Tank, ladies and gentlemen. They are ProBUs.
Alrighty, and then on the right-hand side in the red, we have 2Calculated2Throw. Looking to try and make a game number 3 here on Cursed Hollow. We have Fear, the captain, on that Lunara. Raptilius once again on the Diablo. Jurgen Derb going to be playing the Mage once again on that Jaina now. Galdriice on Uther, and August Sun on the Artanis. Playing that Bruiser role, I believe.
I can't leave this match without saying a huge thank you to my boy August Sun. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a board member for Nexus Gaming Series. He's the man behind Twitter at Nexus Series, or at Nexus_series rather. He's the man there. So if you ever see those tweets, hit like, hit retweet, interact. He's amazing, and he did an amazing job yesterday setting up the April Fool's joke, the Regen GS. It was a lot of fun.
That was quality.
Quality, top-tier memes for NGS.
So again, see the 5-man from the side of 2Calculated2Throw go to mid, but an absolutely just quick break. A huge break right off the bat. Artanis going to go up and deal against the Dahaka. Actually doing fairly well. Does get a little bit damage himself. They're going to be fairly even in that top lane. Lunara just playing a little bit safe in the bottom against the Maiev and the Joanna. Uther and Jaina off to grab the camp.
Yeah, so Styxa, obviously the macro, it's going to be a real focus here in this game. First to action on the camp, it was 2Calculated2Throw. They're a little bit slower right now. They're kind of taking their time, but I like it because look at where the tribute's going to be spawning. Up top next to Dahaka and Artanis. Would have loved to see them hold that cap until the tribute. Instead, they're going to throw it out in the lane a little bit early. We'll see if it gets any value.
I was just about to comment on that. I do like the macro prioritization. However, with the objective being in that top lane, I would like to have seen them hold the cap. Lunaris has to deal with 2 members down in this bottom lane, and it's just going to go real quick. What time does the objective start? 2:30? 3 minutes? So, you know, I don't think you're going to be able to get too much value out of this in comparison to what this top lane is going to do, because you've got 2 members in the bottom clearing it up.
Yeah, and already, before they make it to the wall, one of them's already almost dead. There it goes. Second one, it's down. So ultimately, no value there for that siege camp. Up top with the Haka, there's still some siege giants, but this is where the tribute's just been announced. Artanis trying to clear it up. He did go amateur opponent at level 1, so he's going to be a little bit more formidable in these boss race situations and clearing up these siege camps that are pushing in this top lane. And there you go, once again, another camp. Not a lot of value here between these squads, but on a camp again. It's 2Calculated2Throw, and this one will get value, Styxa.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm looking at these camps going to be pushing down that mid lane, and a little bit late in here, we're hoping maybe a Q from Jaina might be able to get the interrupt. There goes the Diablo onto Milkstar. Now, Milkstar, once again, just absolute no cares, trying to get some cap swap out onto Cassia. Cassia trying to get away, will be using that trade of hers to try and reduce a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Brightwing not going to be able to get the teleport off just in time. Great pickup there for the side of 2Calculated2Throw. Looking very good in this team fight so far. Lunara spread damage and just doing a fantastic job. Good delay, though, by Dragon on that Johanna. Just trying to poke it out, stall it a little bit longer. But first objective over to the side of 2Calculated2Throw.
And Bruiser Camp finally made it to the wall. Not all the value they wanted, but a little bit. Started up on one of those turrets. Ultimately, they got what they wanted. They got the objective. That tribute is theirs, and they have a slight XP lead. Almost 7 here for 2Calculated2Throw, but right behind them, oh, actually, right ahead, wow, was ProBUs. So dead even heading into level 7, Styxa.
Yeah, you see Dahaka bottom now. Going to be digging down here. Doesn't have to worry about having to dig to another lane. He knows that the objective is bottom. So now you've got Maiev looking for a potential gank out onto Lunara. Walks out into that bush. Will get pulled in from Dahaka. Ooh, Maiev barely finishing off that pick. I thought maybe a drag was coming out, but wasn't the case. And Aruba going to be able to finish off that Lunara. This will now put 2Calculated2Throw down a hero. And to me, it looks like they're kind of just going to give it. But they're going to make their way over to their siege camp and give the tribute and potentially an engage here from ProBUs.
Oh, this is a risky engage. Camp's going to be taken, so stones are going to be coming out from the red team on top of blue. And the polymorph's huge there. August on very low and falls. Arcanus down. Great job by Brightwing, and even a phase shift to get Cassia back up to health. She's staying in here with the Siege Giants. They're getting some work done too, Styxa, and Lunara spreading all that poison. But they don't get any kills. Still just that one. As our third tribute is being announced in early positioning here for ProBUs.
This is definitely a ProBUs tribute. In my personal opinion, it's on their left. It's on the left side. They have the kind of positioning advantage currently. However, Chaos Tank getting kind of picked out in the mid lane. Will Jaina be able to finish it off? Great stun by Uther. Gonna be able to pick up that kill. And now everything I just said is null because now it's a 5v4.
You hate to see it, but here we go. Oh, big
Great
swap
swap.
synchronization, man. Even getting stunned into the wall by Diablo, and Cassia is likely to fall here. Still alive for a moment, but finally there she goes. Johanna's going to have to back up. Maybe one shield glare? No, not going to interrupt it. Taken away. Here's the Haka brush stalking in and walking right back out. But this a boss that was nearby. I agreed not to take it there. I know they had a little bit of a window, but probably not worth. Level 10 is almost here. A little too early. And plus, August Sun's on a crab, so you can't trust crabs.
That was a fantastic swap by August Sun. Just absolutely phenomenal. Being able to pick up that Cassia, turning it into a 5v3. That swap, not so great, but that's okay. Murda, I don't think, caught it, so...
I flipped right off because I wanted to show that camp being taken. We'll be pushing top. And level 10s are achieved here. For ProBUs, Splash Shield, we got the Isolation. That's the Emerald Wind. Yeah, that's Emerald Wind. Warden's Cage and Ball Lightning. And level 10s are just achieved here. For 2Calculated2Throw, Lightning Breath from Diablo, second game in a row from Raptilius.
I would like to have seen APOC here. I think it would have been able to do them a lot of benefit. Just being able to pop an APOC when you're... An APOC with ring, but when you're inside a Warden's Cage, I think just popping that and just denying the Maiev from doing anything.
Look at this. This is Divine Storm from Uther. No D-Shield this time. This should be interesting. Here's the Lightning Breath early. Blizzard on top as well. Ball Lightning connecting, and Cassia's gone really quick and early in the fight. Backside to Hawk is going to brush stalk in. Jaina's low. Uther's nearby. He's going to land a stun, hopefully, to keep his Jaina alive. On the other side, it's Lunara. Fear trying to finish off Milkstar. Not able to. Great swap by Augustin protecting there, but Diablo finally falling, Styxa.
Wow, Fear just kind of walking around in that back line is very low. Maiev now looking to try and get that Artanis. Out comes the Warden's Cage. Joanna barely going to be able to walk away as Brightwing will pop that Emerald Wind.
I was curious. Did you see Artanis go through the wall there?
No, I didn't.
Like the Emerald Wind pushed him through the cage.
Oh, I did see that. Maybe it was just ending? I don't know.
Yeah, that was either like really good timing or a bug.
He might have collided with the wall as the Emerald Wind was there, and you kind of just go out and in and then out again.
Boss grab here, a steal attempt. Artanis is going to have it scouted. I think he already saw it.
They know it's He's looking for a swap. He's looking for that swap. He's going to have to go in very quickly.
He didn't He didn't pull the trigger. Didn't have his team nearby. Couldn't pull the trigger. So boss taken away. Tribute spawning. And this is curse point for both teams. So there's going to have to be a defense here from 2Calculated2Throw. And they still have to clear up a boss. So a lot of work in 2 different spots they got to do.
We see Nature's Culling from Lunara at level 4, so he's going to be able to take down that boss a little bit quicker than usual, we'll say, but they're going to leave it and make it as much of an advantage here as they can onto that point, as out comes the Purifier Beam, big polymorph onto the Diablo, out comes the Lightning Breath with the Ring of Frost, Divine Storm onto Maiev, they are targeting Aruba, but down goes Diablo, as 4 members were targeting him. Big drag onto the Artanis. Polymorph as he gets the Blade Dash off. Down goes Cassiar. Augustin barely making it out.
Yes.
Taking a ton of damage as well. Joanna just getting beaten to death by Uther's hammer. Down goes the Dahaka as well as the Brightwing. What a turn of events there for the side of 2Calculated2Throw. Picking up a 4, I think 5, because I think the Maiev died there at the beginning.
And they took Maiev out. No, they took Maiev out of the fight. She had the hearth. It was a really good job by Aruba getting away, but you gotta highlight Fear in that. Have no fear, he should change his name to, or maybe incites fear in the other team, because Lunara just shredded through 4 different health bars, ended up winning the fight, winning the tribute. I know they lost their fort top, but you're getting the curse. You're getting a lot of value with it too, with those heroes dead. So great job from the captain, Fear, on Lunara.
Yeah, they're going to trade that top fort for the objective, 4 kills and 2 forts, and hopefully look to try and push out a little bit more from top, as well as Fear going to be trying to do their best on that. Now they're looking for a pretty sizable engage here on invade rather on the bruiser camp of the opposing team.
Yeah, missing maybe a bit of value up top. I don't know if Lunara is going to be able to get that fort down. Likely not. But they're going to take this camp. We'll see if it does anything. And of course, there's still a boss on the map. So if they see heroes looking to clear that bruiser camp, get right on this boss. Yeah, they're making a move back. I like this. Raptilius, a little bit of a hot route there from his team, though, is about to be in mid lane. And they're right on this boss. So I think this is a perfect play, but they still have to be a little careful. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, ProBUs sniffs this out right away. Chaos Tank and Dragon both there, so they've got their frontline heroes. We're gonna have to be looking for an engage here. Pops that unstoppable. Brightwing coming in. Do we see the Emerald Wind? Indeed we do, but nobody able to get that cap right away. Divine Storm coming out. The Ring of Frost gonna be able to grab 2 heroes there. Down goes Diablo, Cassia, and Jaina. Uther gonna fall. Augustin trying to duel it out on the point with Dragon.
No.
Oh, what a turn of events. This game has been back and forth. Augustin still trying to duel it out. We'll get the pickup onto the Brightwing, but 5-man wipe for the side of ProBUs and a boss grab as well. I thought this was a little bit too aggressive, but that was a fantastic fight. I am so surprised that Artanis lived that long.
Once Maiev made it all the way from the top, it was quite the hike for her to get there. But once she showed up, drops the Warden's Cage, and it was a pinky toe from Lunara. She was already outside and safe, but Lunara's pinky toe on her hoof just walked right into the Warden's Cage, pulled Fear in, and ended up dying. And if he stayed up with Artanis, that fight might have ended a bit differently, because Lunara was spreading a lot of damage out, and Brightwing was so low that she couldn't really stay in to heal too much of it. So ultimately, nice playing from Aruba on Maiev, making sure that they got the kills when it counted.
Yeah, great Emerald win there as well by Milkstar. Going to be able to grab and try and push away. And just an overall fantastic team fight from any perspective, regardless of the turnout from there.
Tribute number 6 is now spawning. We've had 3 already over to the side of 2Calculated2Throw, and ProBUs trying to match their mark, get their first curse of the game right now. We're 13 minutes and 20 seconds in, and this is a level 16 advantage right now for ProBUs. They're in a great defensive spot here around this tribute. Let's see the action.
Diablo just walks in. There goes the naked Ring of Frost, grabbing 2 members, I believe, and Secret Asian Man going to be taken down thanks to that Purifier Beam, and Aruba now looking very low as August Sun trying to get that pick, and Chaos Tank just in the back line of 2Calculated2Throw. He will fall, and Reptilius
49
away
health.
with 40 health there. Oh my goodness. 2 down. They're looking to grab this. They do not want this to be stalled because look at top lane. They've got a siege camp pushing in on their keep.
Oh, unstoppable. The Iron Skin prevented the swap from August, but here comes those leaping strikes from Lunara. Not going to be enough. Dragon's going to live with the escort from Brightwing, but they get the tribute, and there's a boss on the map again. This time, 2 heroes down, 1 with the global. Do they want to play it again, or did they learn their lesson the first time? We'll see what the play is here, Styxa.
I'd like to see Reptilius flip one of these heroes. Sorry, not heroes. One of these siege monsters into the range of towers, because that would deal with them a lot faster. Auto attacks aren't really going to cut it. You lose a lot of damage on your keep. This is Maiev, Cassia, walk up to it, deal a little bit of damage, bam, you lose a keep.
Yeah, that one's hanging on a thread right now, but it is still up, so they're going to save themselves a bit of XP. They're going to save themselves a few catapults, and here's a boss situation. All of our heroes are nearby except the globals. They're in the bottom lane trying to push that back out, provide some pressure, and they're likely going to be here in just a moment. Here comes Dahaka backside, and Brightwing right on top of Johanna with the phase shift, and now this is really getting turned around. Ring of Frost not hitting anything there for Jaina. The lightning breath coming out. Dahaka's very low. He might fall, but he's got tunneling claws. He's escaping for now, finding his Maiev. He's gonna live, and no one falls. Tribute, though, is gonna be handed over to 2Calculated2Throw, and now they've gotten 3 in a row and even this up at 2 apiece, but our red team, they've already gotten a curse. And ProBUs, they're yet to do it. Styxa, is this a difference right now? Is that what's causing the trouble? Is it just these tributes? But I think the fights are really in favor right now of ProBUs.
This game is like a game of ping pong, a very intense game of ping pong. It is so back and forth. The EXP and talent leads have been in favor of ProBUs for the most of the game, but the team fights and the damage coming out from the side of 2Calculated2Throw is just being too much of an issue for Brightwing to heal up. She has the AoE heals, but Lunara and Jaina can just, they have the burst, they have the sustain damage. It may be just too much for Brightwing to deal with, as we see it engage here onto the bottom lane with the Maiev.
Look at the heroic bar right now, Styxa. Nothing for 2Calculated2Throw and everything right now for ProBUs, but still being turned around by fear. Look at him hopping on the backline, picks off the Maiev. That's 1 for nothing early in the fight, and they might get more because the Haka is here. He's tunneling away, but the swap from Olga is going to keep him locked in, and Artan's going to try to finish that up. Other side of the fight, they're trying to get this curse, and they're gonna get it. No one in defense. Second curse of the game, and that is 3 in a row to get that. Great job by 2Calculated2Throw, and they might get more. Dahaka in trouble. Blizzard on top. Again, Tunneling Claws trying to survive, but I don't think he's got essence this time, Styxa. See you later, Dahaka.
Down goes Dahaka, and I would like to say down goes a couple more forts here on the side of ProBUs, but they're gonna opt to spend the majority of their time cleaning up middle camp and then rotate up to the top lane. And just the boss. I don't see any value out of this curse other than denying your
so if they
curse.
get this boss and can parlay it into 2 bosses, it's a good play. If they don't get the second boss, I don't like this. But I think they have opportunity to make this really work because they're threatening bottom keep with that bottom boss if they can get there. And look at Lunara's positioning. She's waiting for them. Her Wisp, it's already sitting on the boss. The rest of the team, they're heading down right now. They're going to try to make this play happen.
Top fort going to be taken down easily by this boss, so that's a guaranteed fort up there. Now, I would like to think that ProBUs has an idea that they are making their way down to bottom. Level 20s just around the corner for both teams. I would like to see a fight right now onto this boss. It went very well for ProBUs that first time, but they're too late on this rotation. This boss is going to be heading towards that keep in the bottom lane.
And this is perfect. Boss up top. It's still healthy. They've abandoned it, only leaving the Siege Giants to help clear it up. Cassie is now going to return and try to get it down. But that's going to leave the Haka exposed down bottom. Swaps their leaping strikes and the Divine Storm from Uther. See you later again. Dahaka down. I think that's number 5 for Dahaka. 6 deaths for Cassia. And a completely different game now for 2Calculated2Throw. They're marching in trying to get the first keep of the game.
Wow, they are definitely looking strong here going into this bottom keep. Cassie going to be looking for a little bit of poke damage. Joanna maybe trying to grab somebody. 3 ults were used. However, Leaping Strike is back up. The swap barely going to miss there from August Sun. Now they're just looking to walk it into this core. I'd like to see a little bit of damage come out, potentially game.
Well, they're looking for it. Lunara is just focusing core the whole way. Look at Fear. He's standing right up top. He doesn't care about anything else. He knows, get the poison on, finish this thing off. He's got Nature's Culling, of course, at level 4, and that's going to be all they need to send us to a game number 3, Styxa.
What a different team coming out from the side of 2Calculated2Throw. This game just went so well for them. They were behind in a couple of things, then they just came out of nowhere. Those team fights went so well for them, other than that one boss pit, but just well played by 2Calculated2Throw. Game 3 indeed is now coming up.
Yeah, difference maker, that final play. I talked about it. I saw it developing. They got the top boss. They made the move down to the bottom. And Styxa, that's all they needed. They worked it through. And they let that keep on the other side live the whole time. So good job by 2Calculated2Throw. We're going to be moving on to game number 3 before we go. Of course, here's a look at the talents from game number 2. And we're going to be taking a short 4-minute break, setting up our final lobby of the first half of this doubleheader. Until then, I hope you guys remain watching here, twitch.tv/murderrg. Make sure if you are here right now, slap that follow button. Plenty of NGS action is going to be coming to you for the rest of the season, of course. And over on YouTube, if you're watching live or not live in the future, go ahead and hit that follow button on YouTube as well. Definitely goes a long way to help supporting amateur heroes of the storm. So we'll see you guys in a few. Thank you for being patient, and we'll see you then. Murder here, joined by Styxa. Game number 3 upcoming between ProBUs and 2Calculated2Throw. I am waiting for our lobby invite. Maybe I wasn't able to accept an invite. I was still on my last stat screen. I think it prevents invites from coming in if you are. I don't know. Maybe. Nonetheless, we're still hanging out. We're waiting for game 3. These captains are wanting to leave with a victory, so deciding this final map should be pretty important. We've seen 2 maps so far that had a lot of macro play. Macro ended up being the difference at the end of game number 2, that double boss play by 2Calculated2Throw. Do we see another map where there's a similar focus, Styxa? And if it is, which map do you think it might be?
I think if we are seeing another macro map, we're going to Sky Temple. Unless that was banned. I don't know what the bans were, so...
I don't know what the map bans were either, but...
But there's a boss and 4 camps, plus temples, so...
Teams like that.
That's what it seems to be, man. They played on a map that had, 4 camps, 2 bosses, then they played on a map that had...
There it is.
2 camps and 2 bosses, so... That is,
Let me invite you.
I got it, don't worry.
Okay.
I got it. I can invite myself.
Alright, boys and girls. We are in the lobby. It looks like this was the map selection of ProBUs. And first team to draft will be 2Calculated2Throw. It will be Volskaya Foundry.
Going to another winter map.
Winter map. Very cold. Actually, I was outside today. Had to put on a hoodie. Styxa dropping the 69 bits. And let me quickly say, make sure you're tuned in at 10:30, just about an hour and 12 minutes from now, Eastern. We will be watching Calculated2Throw, the sister team of 2Calculated2Throw, up against Ban Cho. And joining me for the cast will be Styxa. So thank you for the bits, and excited to get to work with you later on tonight.
Nice.
Super nice.
Alright, so ProBUs picking the map, which means first pick going over to the side of 2Calculated2Throw. Do we see bans coming out from the first game again? Or are we...
I think the Ana Gul'dan, yes, from ProBUs. They stuck to it in game number 2. I think they go ahead and stick to it here as well. They must have had a read on the Gul'dan. The Ana maybe had a read, but again, it's just such a strong hero that banning her out is fine at any level. 5 seconds.
I found the Gul'dan to be a little interesting. It definitely had to be like a selection kind of thing.
Target
like a
ban,
scouting.
sure.
Yeah.
Stukov banned out, and this has become a target ban of theirs after game 1. Pretty strong out of Milkstar. But has not been let through in game 2, or now we see game 3, the same situation happen in these bans. Still thinking Ana here for ProBUs. We'll see if they want to alter their plans up at all.
Instead, maybe ban Gul'dan first.
Nope. It's going to be Ana.
I would like to see a Maiev ban here. I think Maiev did way too much.
Way too much. They did
That's
ban
what I'm
Maiev.
thinking.
They banned Maiev game 1. They banned the Brightwing game 1 as well. Both those heroes made it through and were picked up pretty quickly by ProBUs. Getting rid of the Maiev, it does seem pretty important because I was not too happy every time Maiev had to show up. They ended up beating her, but like she was certainly one of the heroes to watch out for. Instead, they're just going to ban away a Nubarak, sticking to what worked in game number 2.
Alright, so based off of prior bans, we're assuming Gul'dan, which leads me to believe that Diablo's going to be first picked here. Nothing new. Being the same thing all 3 games.
Gul'dan ban? Yes, Gul'dan.
Wow.
Ban 3 games
Look at that.
in a row. So Styxa, now we're looking at 2Calculated2Throw, and I don't think they've had a first pick all game, have they?
Yeah, they picked Diablo last game.
Was that the first pick? Okay.
Yes. And
Okay.
and the first game, I think.
Oh,
Look at
I
that.
wrote this,
It's
I
like
wrote this
I-
down backwards. You're right. You're absolutely right. And there you go.
Like I predicted this or something.
It's like the casters write things down and read.
I don't write anything down.
Oh my! I can't remember this without writing it down. Here's my book. Proof. I got a book.
I would like to see Maiev come out here. I think it's too good. I like stacking heroes, and this and Kel'Thas on this map I think is just really good in general.
I think they go grab that Dahaka. They get the Jaina, they get the Johanna. Okay. So curious, they don't go with the Dahaka. Well, I guess. Sorry, I'm looking at the the Maps Volskaya, not Dahaka. Thank you for not picking him.
Yeah.
But the Jaina instead of the Maiev, maybe a hero that could have fit in there. Moving away from it, maybe they disagree with the amount of impact Maiev had in game number 2.
Maybe that is the case, and maybe they're just delaying their pick. His name Tychus. Interesting. I mean, both games so far, ProBUs has played double tank, which means Tychus could get a little bit of value. Does have to be up close. As long as Joanna is going to be able to hit that blind on Tychus, I think that's pretty good. I like Li Ming on this map because you just throw orbs into an open pit and hope for the best.
Same reason I love Hanzo on this map.
Varian. This was a ban in the first game, I believe. This was their third ban in the first game, if I'm not mistaken. I
You
don't
wrote that
remember.
down. You wrote it down. There's
I
no way
did.
you remember that.
I don't have anything written down. They banned
Styxa,
Whitemate as the
Styxa,
third.
I don't believe you. You have.
I
to
will
have
get my webcam after and show you I have nothing written down.
Oh my god, you have a memory like an elephant. That's impressive.
So
Genji. This was a ban in game number 2 for 2Calculated2Throw, and
A pick in game 1 by ProBUs. So I think Maiev comes out here, right?
it has to. But is this the type of comp they want to pull her out against? I don't want to say struggles against Li Ming. Of course, she can vault to the Wardens out of those globes, but they want to go with it. And this is, again, they're adding in that melee. Chaos Tank, he's not on Dahaka. He's going to be playing Thrall in the solo lane this time. And with the Maiev, that's 2 melee assassins to go with their Johanna. They're only missing a support. Do you think, again, this is too much frontline that cost them in game number 2?
Well, we see Fear playing Tychus now, which means he has to get aggressive. I like this Arthas pick here by August Sun. And then Alex Straza once again.
And she's very good on this map.
Yeah,
Zone
Dragon
control
on
with
the
Dragon
point.
Queen is going to help a lot. Man, I wonder if you don't even go with the Warden's Cage this time. Just go Containment Disc and keep that Dragon Queen on a cooldown.
Yeah, it's a possibility. That could be a thing.
It's a little bit higher execution. You got to stay on top of Alex, but I mean, that's the type of play that's going to swing a fight. We'll see if Aruba makes that adjustment. Final hero selected is Deckard Cain. So for the last time in this matchup, Twitch, time to vote. You guys have been voting for 2Calculated2Throw thus far. But maybe some ProBUs fans are out there. Hashtag ProBUs or hashtag 2C2T. Send your votes out. Let us know who you think is going to win. Styxa, your vote counts too. What are you thinking, man?
It's hard to say here. I think that ProBUs is probably a little too squishy. Tychus, known as a tank killer, can deal so much damage to squishy assassins. You have to watch out for him and watch out for his damage.
I want to keep an eye on Milkstar. He was very good
Yeah.
game number 1. Now he's going to be playing Deckard Cain up against Alex Straza. Can he land those fat emeralds on top of Abundance? That's going to be the type of plays he's got to make. Of course, we need to see some action out of the Maiev. But here we go. Game number 3. It has launched. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce this team on the left for the final time. Dragon 478. He's switching off of tank role. He's going to be playing Thrall here. Aruba on Maiev. Chaos Tank, he's moving to the main tank role on Johanna. Secret Asian Man on Jaina. And last but not least, playing support on the Deckard Cain. It's Milkstar. Ladies and gentlemen, they are ProBUs.
10 seconds.
Alrighty, on the right-hand side in that red for game number 3. They brought it here. 2Calculated2Throw. Fear, the captain, on that Tychus. Jurgen Derb on the Li Ming. Galdriice on the Alexstrasza. Reptilius repping game number 3 on his boy Diablo, or I guess in this given skin, his girl Diablo. And rounding it all up, we got August Sun on that Arthas.
Oh, that Arthas riding on a shark too. We are in a bit of a delay here. So I'm going to throw up, let's do this one. You can see me, you can still see the action. Perfect blend of the two. Oh, we're right back in. Look at that.
I like the countdown. 3, start.
3, start. Let's go. Oh no, my tendies, says Galdriice.
All right, again, we see that 5-man from the side of 2Calculated2Throw, and then split off.
Power hungry here. Perfect play from Li Ming. Of course, Styxa, you made your money playing Styxa early, or playing Li Ming early in your career. What are your thoughts on how she fits into this current meta? Is anything changed with her up against some of these newer heroes?
I don't know. I mean, with the Nubarak being so prevalent that I've seen, she's kind of like a hit and a miss. You kind of get forced into what I would say is probably the worst of the 2 alts in form of Disintegrate against Cocoon. But you get your orbs blocked out by beetles. I think she's a really good mage. It's just, I feel that you need to have somebody that can let her kind of pop off, right? CC is, I feel, very important, and they have that in the form of Diablo and Arthas.
Yeah, and we'll see what Tychus wants to do. If he grabs Bigger They Are, that's a great setup for Jurgen Derb to get some resets on Li Ming. So the combination there between Tychus and Li Ming, hopefully for them, will be on point as we see them grab their first turret. Of course, Aruba holding one for ProBUs as well. Augustin, he's really deep in this lane. He's going to be caught out here. I don't think there's going to be any help coming from his squad. But he's making a nice little exit down the bottom side. Good route there from Decker Kane. A little bit of supporting coming. Here's Jurgen Derb with some globes. Abundance not on the retreat path. And somehow, some way, Arthas makes it out of there.
That was a fantastic rotation by August Sun. He knows that his team is below him, walking downwards, kind of unexpected, I would say. You walk into that bush, you cut line of sight temporarily, and I know as playing ranged auto attack heroes, that is a pain.
The most frustrating thing.
You lose sight, you can't auto attack. That one auto attack becomes the kill. Just fantastic show up by the rest of the team, able to get August Sun out, and no pickup in terms of kills, 0-0 still.
And neither team starting on the support camp yet, playing it patient, making sure they have enough room to do so, instead opting for all the XP they can gather, and we're just about deadlocked now, heading into level 6, as control point A will be spawning in 10 seconds. We have the members of 2Calculated2Throw. They're already kind of near it at mid. Actually, no, they're going to look at the support camp and now make the move back. They're on the point first, and it will be channeling in favor of our red team.
Yeah, they're going to be able to grab this. However, we do know that most of these games, you got a little bit of time to kind of kick around and give them a little bit of percent, as long as you do make that aggressive play and rotate in, as we see Joanna and the rest of the team kind of rotating in. Maybe a route here onto August Sun. That's not the case. Potentially Aruba looking in for
the turret's already dropped, Styxa. So look at what it's doing to Johanna. She's got to move right on out of here. And this channel is already at 50%, so someone's got to deal with the turret eventually. You see Diablo kind of standing right on top of it, making sure no one's able to get abilities on it. And it's still going to poke away.
This is the problem with 2 melee assassins. Look, you have to throw both in. Dragon getting extremely low, flipped into an orb. Gets taken down. Li Ming reset's going to be going off now. Trying to pick up that Joanna. Will get away with that unstoppable. Now Tychus trying to turn into the rest of the team fight. Will be able to cap that. What is this thing? The Triglav. There we go.
So let alone the kill that we just saw Thrall fall, the first blood of the game in favor of 2Calculated2Throw, but also they got all the way past 50% and still had a Dragon Queen. If you're ProBUs, you got to make an adjustment on that. You can't let them get that high, because once the dragons popped, that's another 50% just for free. Like, you really can't fight into the dragon like that. So I want to see them get on these points early and take that Dragon Queen away. Don't let it be so much value towards the end of that channel time and let them get this protector that you see they have. It's not going to be a tremendous amount of value with this, surprisingly, but I think maybe a bit smarter getting to that point earlier, not letting the red team channel will help them on the second objective that spawns.
I mean, hey, if you want to give every protector away and defend like that the entire game, I mean, go ahead. That was a phenomenal defense there by the side of ProBUs. Just 0 value. You got half of a tower in the top lane. You didn't even do anything in mid. Their camp was still pushing up in the... They had to de-push that top lane. They got, like, nothing out of that protector, which is amazing. Great defense.
Yeah, I still don't understand exactly what happened there, other than the protector just not hitting the wall. I mean, usually just a couple lasers from distance is enough to get those towers down. Didn't fall, but we have a great fight here. Reptilia's fallen low. Good condemn from Johanna. Set this up. We'll see if she has another one, but she gets flipped out. Camp's taken. Item picked up. Who got it? That went over to 2Calculated2Throw, and look at all the healing is provided. That biotic emitter so strong right now. No one falling on the back end of that. What a fantastic little flip by Reptilius, making enough room to get the channel completed.
Great healing there from Alex Straza to be able to keep up the team. Grabbing that biotic emitter, securing the... able to fight and continue on and poke out. Now, the fight was for nothing because the emitter got used immediately, but...
A little bit of XP.
A little bit. Yeah, I guess you get the cap on the XP, and look at what 2Calculated2Throw has right now to speak for that. They have almost level 10, and a significant, I would say a level almost, in ahead of ProBUs.
Yeah, and they're still keeping both their tanks in these top and middle lanes. Tychus down bottom, keeping the soak going. So there is that level 10. It's going to be Lifebinder this time. To pair up with Diablo, I think it's smart. Also with the Arthas, two big boys that are going to get a lot of value if she can get a pretty sweet Lifebinder off. Final pick, Wave of Force there for Li Ming, and it was Draken Laser for Tychus. So no Odin, which... I guess on the point, the laser can get value similar to like the turrets do, but is that a mistake not going Odin here, Styxa?
I think there are two heroic talents that were picked on the side of 2Calculated2Throw that might raise a couple of eyebrows. One is the drill, which I think is maybe not necessarily the play. I think that Odin is just too valuable, and Syndragosa as well. But with the Lifebinder, gonna be good. Look at this engage now, though, with the Ring of Frost going out, the Warden's Cage as well. So low is the side of 2Calculated2Throw. Fear barely able to walk away, but does get taken down. Ton of damage. Aruba
laser. That dude, the Lifebinder in that fight was so good. Diablo was dead, and then he was back at full health, just like that. And this is a Black Soulstone completed Diablo, so a lot of health, and you don't want to lose those souls. So incredible job from Galdriice, making sure that Reptilius didn't fall. Really could have changed the dynamic. Just the souls being gone on Diablo.
5 heroics being popped on the side of ProBUs. And
Dragon Queen's ready to go.
3, 4, maybe it has. Reptilius, I see you dancing. You're not going to catch up to me, bro. You got 700 more to go.
Got 7. I don't get how you do 700. Here we go. Johanna moving in. Blessed Shield just came off cooldown. See if they have anything to combo with it. There's going to be the Lornado pushing Tychus and Li Ming out of the fight. Great job by Deckard Cain. But the Dragon Queen is popped, and the abundance on the backside should keep everyone alive. Another Lifebinder says, Diablo, stay in there. You're not falling this time, buddy. So low. Li Ming looking for the dominance. Can't get it yet. No resets for anything from Jürgen Durb until now. Thrall falls. There's number 2. Could be 3. No.
Jürgen Durb just pixels away from picking up that Deckard Cain at the beginning of the fight. Has no mana. I would like to see Li Ming go out into the lane and get some globes right now, because that's what you're kind of lacking. And did we see what was the pick of builds from the Alex Straza? We went with Q at level 1. I would have liked to have seen the W talent and go for globes, because that synergizes so well with Li Ming. Once you complete the globe, your abundances just grant globes. You're essentially just giving a massive power spike to Li Ming. What is it, 20%, 15%?
Yeah, 20% on Power Hungry.
10% spell power.
Yo, so here we go, second objective, and finally they get through a fort, but this thing's already halfway expired on time, halfway expired on health. Another pretty good defense so far here from ProBUs. Can they continue and protect this mid fort, which appears to be the next focus here from 2Calculated2Throw?
I'd like to see them at least get the wall and then at least get the well, but with that Syndragosa coming out, maybe they're looking to try and get the fort. Secret Asian Man getting a little low, will be able to walk away. And now they're just kind of poking it down, just doing a little bit of siege damage here with it, trying to auto-attack that Joanna. We'll be popping that Laws of Hope there for a little bit of extra healing. And good defense. Look how the Triglav stands in the abundance. If only it worked that way.
Oh, aggression down to talent here, maybe. They're looking at this camp maybe to try to get in defend against this. But they want 13, so they're going to call it back. It looked like an aggressive movement, like they wanted to get in there, but someone must have called it off. So instead, waiting for level 13, they should get it off this mid-wave. Johanna walking up there now. And an invade attempt coming out. This is great.
Out comes the Lightning Breath for the third game. Out comes the EQ as well. Backside is the Warden's Cage, plus shield goes out. I don't think that made connection with anybody. Dragon gonna go down. Thrall is now out of the fight as Milkstar is just taking so much damage from the laser. That's 2 pickups now for the side of 2Calculated2Throw. And now they're starting to walk away in terms of EXP and kills 7-1. They're just taking control of this game right now.
If it is 2Calculated2Throw, I am very excited to talk to Fear at the end of this set because he's playing lights out. Game number 2, his Lunara was our MVP. And here in game number 3, he's leading the way right now with 3 kills. He has the 1 death for his team, but he's getting value out of that laser, and I'm surprised by it. We kind of gave him a little bit of flack about not taking Odin, but laser's shown up.
It's getting value. It's getting value, especially with the Thrall and Maiev having to walk up to it to auto-attack and just get rid of it. It's getting some value. It's getting that poke damage in, and you see how much damage it did to the Deckard Cain there. So it's getting the value. You just can't knock it.
Does it have active camouflage? Because it looked like on that last one, no one even saw it was standing there. Here's going to be a gank attempt, but August already back. He's playing a lot smarter since a few of those attempts earlier in the game.
He learned from the beginning of the game, hey, maybe I shouldn't be all the way by the side of the opposing team as well, and get out of there. Maiev gonna grab that tether, teleport over the wall. Diablo not gonna be able to grab that flip. I would love to have seen a flip there and just pick off that Maiev, but that is not the case. And back to Soken lanes they go. 16 to 14. Maybe look for a fight here.
I want to see aggression from 2Calculated2Throw, and yeah, they're going to move in. They know they have the advantage. They're going to go ahead and pick off the remainder of this fort, or will they? Another strong defense coming out. Jaina and Maiev comboing for a lot of damage. It's pretty scary when they can hit. But here we go. Control point C just announced. This fort's still hanging here. Looks like they want to try to get it completed before heading down.
They had a minion wave.
One more missile.
There briefly.
There it goes. Okay.
Down goes the fort. That's going to be a little bit of extra pressure there, thanks to those, what are they? The catapults that spawn, what, every third wave, every second wave?
Take control of it.
I want to note down in chat right now, a lot of support coming out for 2Calculated2Throw. We got Grievance, Mystic, Young Shocker, Skull Kid, and Wono dropping the Take My Energies. And they got all the energy right now. They're on the talent tier advantage, 17 to 15. That's a level and a half. They're sitting on control point C with Arthas. I believe the Dragon Queen's ready to go. I'm going to confirm that. Yes, it is. Dragon Queen will be ready for this. And with a talent tier for at least a few moments, there it is. They're in such a great spot. Again, 50%. Still holding on to your Dragon. This is all but locked up here for 2Calculated2Throw.
Now, they did drop a turret. They still have 2 more. And the drill. So
the
they have a
emitter.
lot of points. They have a ton of items to use. There goes 1. There goes 2. Maybe a drill comes in. There it is. However, it is on the Movators. There goes the Diablo getting taken down as the quest completed from Deckard Cain. Out comes Syndragosa just being flown right up the center. Jaina very, very low. Going to be looking for a little bit of heals. Will the Oxstraws turn around? Indeed, they do. Picks up the double kill. And now the lightning resets going off. Are we going to be able to pick up the Deckard? No. What a great team fight coming out from the side of 2Calculated2Throw.
I mean, again, turrets, they're both still standing. Neither was destroyed in that fight. The drill was dropped as well. It got a little bit of value. They didn't have to use the Syndragosa, but they can use it now if they want if Arthas pops out. But a little bit of a misplay, and they still ended up winning. They didn't use the Biotic Emitter in time. They didn't use the Life Binder in time. So they lost the Diablo. They lost the souls on Diablo, which is more important. But they're going to get a keep because this Triglaff's still healthy. The Protector's going to march right through. I don't think they go core here, though, Styxa. But this keep is certainly going to help them out.
You've got a minute. You can walk up to that second keep, and there you go. You see them going up. Using the stun on the well because can't let them heal. Making their way up.
Does it deactivate it?
I think it does, because I think
Okay.
Syndragosa does the same thing, right? You just can't tap it. I don't know, because I know it disables turrets, but I don't know how it does on the well. I like that they're at least getting the wall. I think this is probably as much as you get. Maybe rotate up, poke down the top wall. You
Get
do
one more
have
wall.
quite the sizable minion wave, so maybe they do. Yeah, that thing is just absolutely chunking away at the buildings.
I like just getting the walls down. It just gives you a few more avenues later on. You never know where you win a fight. That's going to be a wasted Ring of Frost. Dragon Breath coming out, or Lightning Breath, Ragnarok, I should say. Going to grab a kill on Thrall. Warden's Cage is pretty good. It's locking in a few, but not enough damage because Alex Straza has abundance and it heals every single hero standing in the circle. Johanna's going to be the last to fall here. I don't think she's getting away. Chaos Tank being chased down by 4 heroes. And
Nah, you're there looking to try and finish it off. The
Oh,
teleport
Hellgate.
for
The
style
Hellgate.
points.
The
Woo!
Hellgate. All right, 3 heroes down with a keep down. Do they end here? I think they do. Let's see, they're still staying at this top keep. Why not just move in? Go to core.
You have Syndragosa. You
You
have
have-
Syndragosa. If you go above that top keep, you can hit both keeps with that Syndragosa, I think. Grab both keeps if you are really wanting to play it safe, which it looks like they wanted to.
Oh, this
but,
thing is dead already. They just need to get Leeming on top for a second. One orb should do it.
Yeah. There you go.
Red team.
3
There it
keeps.
is.
Look at that.
And of course,
What
she's got
a
Mirror Ball as
turnaround.
well. That certainly helps in the sieging.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Level 20 is here. All 3 keeps down in favor of 2Calculated2Throw. This is their game to lose. They still have 6 structures hanging out on the red side. But there's going to be a big scroll of ceiling, locking in a few. Tychus falling pretty low. Fear's going to dash away, still surviving. They're turning around with the Syndragosa. They get a kill on Johanna and Thrall. Make it 3. Jaina falls as well. Trying to finish off Maiev. They don't need it. The Dragon Queen was popped. They're marching on to core. And after a game 1 loss, 2Calculated2Throw comes back with 2 straight wins and absolutely did not throw at all tonight. Congratulations on the reverse sweep, Styxa. What a set here.
Oh my god, Ruba just gets absolutely deleted there, but not before completing that level 4 quest. Worth. IMO Worth. Game number 3 going over now. What a great series.
Fantastic. I love series where the team loses game 1 and they stick with it. They don't give up on themselves. They come back strong in game number 2 on Cursed Hollow, and then completing the comeback there on Volskaya Foundry. Just perfectly played. I got to talk to Fear because that was quite the set.
Look at the kill differential here.
18-2. Hey, they lost
On the
8-1
18.
game 1, right?
Yeah.
Well-
What a turnaround. Fantastic.
All right, I'm gonna DM Fear. We might have to hop down a lobby. I'll drag you now. Hold on. And then let's see if I can find Fear here. Division D chat. That'll work. There's Fear. Interview. NGS Discord lobby 1. 1. I typed 12. I'm really bad at typing. Looks like GGs are coming through from our Twitch chat. Quite the ending we just got to witness, and I'm sure those of you who were here rooting for 2Calculated2Throw have got to be stoked. Joining us now for our interview, we do have the captain from 2Calculated2Throw. Thank you for joining us, Fear. How's it going?
Hey, doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Good.
We're pretty excited on the way that one ended. It was a great comeback. You guys lost game 1, but you stuck with it. How does your team feel after a comeback like that?
My ears still hurt after that end of the last game. I'm pretty sure the mics are still blowing out over in the chat there.
So let's
boy.
bring it back. We started off the set on Alterac Pass, and you
Yep.
guys kind of got your asses handed to you. It was 8-1 in kills, and it didn't look too good
Yep.
for you guys. What was wrong in game number 1 that you were able to make an adjustment for in games 2 and 3?
I think a big thing for us was the draft really was not great for us. I mean, we had decent heroes, but they weren't the heroes that we needed on that map, I think.
Yeah,
at
they
least for our play style.
sure. Yeah, they appeared to be target banning all night. The Ana, the Gul'dan. This was obviously, I'm assuming now, part of your game plan that they were able to take away. But what kind of was the game, or I say plan B to the game plan, after you saw the Ana and Gul'dan were banned out in all 3 games?
So we knew that they were either going to ban out Yerg's Kael'thas or his Gul'dan, because he's been playing a lot of really good Gul'dan lately, and they weren't going to ban Jaina because they play Jaina a lot. So one of our things was to try and take Jaina if we could, just because that works kind of as a double ban there. We get a good pick for us and bans one of their things.
Absolutely.
We pretty much assume that Ana's always going to be banned, because Gald is one of those people who has like 43 levels on Ana, so not the kind of person you want to let through, especially with how good her healing denial is now.
She's just a strong hero pick in general.
Yeah, that's true. Especially now that Eye of Horus is unbanned. She can just full heal your whole team and hurt the enemy.
Yep.
For sure.
Balanced. So our game
Styx-
plan was kind of just to react to what they pick.
So another thing Styxa and I kind of talked about tonight was we saw it on Alterac Pass, we saw it continue in Cursed Hollow, but a lot of focus from both teams on the camps. And ultimately, game number 2 was won. I saw it developing, that double boss play you guys got. How much focus does your team have on these, and did it work out the way you intended? Because it appeared that's what won game 2 for you. Game 3, a bit of a different story with not as much to deal with on Volskaya, but game 2,
Right.
it seems so strong for you guys trying to get on those bosses.
Yeah, for game 2, when they picked Cursed Hollow, we knew we really didn't want to focus as much as on the team fights, especially after how the first game went, and we kind of got spanked a little bit there. So we wanted to focus on the map and playing the lanes and the pressure as much as we could, especially with the way their comps were looking, where they like to play those big, scary like damage comps where they want to be in the fight for a long time. So we wanted to get as much lane pressure as we could before the objectives. That way, we have a little bit of an edge going in there, and there's something going on.
Absolutely. I see down in chat Galdriai showing up. He's trying to start a petition to play Ana. Maybe next time. We'll see. I mean,
He's gotten it a few times, and people kind of learn from there.
Styxa, what were your thoughts game 2? Anything else you want to touch on there?
The Lunara pick, is that something
Oh,
that you
yes.
guys do often? Or is that just like a, hey, let's give this a shot? Because, I mean, she's undervalued and underpicked, in my personal opinion.
So that was our second time picking Lunara in NGS. The first time kind of went the same way with Lunara, where there was a lot of damage and they weren't really able to get away. We have a lot of problems dealing with Orphea specifically, so that's why we ended up picking up Lunara there. And it worked out really well in our first time playing it. So we were looking at the draft and we're like, you know what? Let's get some sustained damage in here and try and pressure their whole team at once. That way we can have everybody kind of low and just blow up whoever is out of position.
And I mentioned this. You guys picked the Lunara at the same time that you picked the Uther. And I think Lunara is so strong against Uther specifically because of the way her damage interacts with armor.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just a smart combo of picks. And the Uther going Divine Storm up against all that melee. What a perfect storm for his Divine Storm.
So much CC. We really wanted to capitalize on being able to hold people where they were for a long time. Especially with later talents for Lunara, where she gets the bonus damage at 16 on slowed and stun targets.
So
It really made a big difference for my stats, for sure.
I'm remembering this moment too. The first attempt you guys had on their boss, where they actually ended up winning the fight and stealing that boss away.
Yeah.
You were outside the warden's cage, and your pinky hoof on Lunara just barely pulled you into it. What
Yep.
happened there? Just misclicks or what?
Yeah, I click a lot. Like I have my mouse at such a high APM that I have to always be clicking to end up where I want to be,
Sure.
and that's my own problem. That's
I thought
not
it was
being used to
fun.
low APM.
And you know,
So
if
I
you
walk
win the
into shit
set,
all the time.
if you win the set, I don't mind throwing a little shade because you're happy and we're gonna have fun with it.
Oh no, I love getting shade. You know what I mean?
Like,
If I
game-
am constantly reminded what I'm bad at, then I can kind of get better. You know?
Well, let's keep the focus on you a bit because game number 3, you also won this one, and you also did something a bit different. You took the drill on Tychus, and
Yep.
boy, were we wrong because us casters were like, you needed to take Odin in that situation. Double robots with the protector. It's too strong, too strong, too strong. But you dropped drills, and that thing got value every single time it was down. Was that game plan, or what was it that made you go that route?
The main thing is I am awful with Odin. Like I miss everything. I don't know how you can miss Odin shots, but I pull it off. Maybe it's my
Nice.
timing. Like I'm throwing it out at the wrong time or something. So I almost always go with the drill just to get that extra source of damage on people, especially if they're running a Johanna to blind my my percent damage. I really wanted something outside of the normal auto attack to be dealing another proc.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to Pacific Rim up in here, but we
You know,
got
it's funny
the
you mentioned
drill.
that. We had our tank player who was on Diablo all night was yelling about Pacific Rim the whole match.
Yeah,
Every time we went anywhere near the protector, he just started yelling robots and all that.
but he didn't have the kaiju skin, so
I
That's
know,
true.
I know. It was a missed
Nullified
opportunity.
yeah.
If he did, it would have been perfect. Styxa, any final questions for him?
No, man, just questioning about the drill, and seemed to work out. Just did you guys find Maev to be big enough pain? Because I noticed that you guys didn't you banned them out in game 1, let it slide through in game 2, and then
Beat it in game 2.
you beat it in game 2. But I noticed that like the cages kind of were a bit of an issue at some points. But you guys decided to let it through in game 3. Did you find it was an issue at all, or no?
We found that in game 1, their CC combo and their Genji being on our backline the whole time, we just weren't playing right to counter that, so we wanted to get rid of that. And our playstyle kind of goes well against a Maev most of the time anyways, so we figured we'd, take our bets and see what happens.
And it worked out for you.
Well, that's all the questions I have, Fear. Anything else you want to say?
Not really. I mean, great job, guys. They really pulled it out in that second game for me, so I'm just happy to see it.
Was incredible. I'll give you a few moments if you have any shout-outs before we let you go.
Thank you, Gald, for having like 1 million healing all the time. 122,000 that last game, so really pulling his weight there. And Li Ming not dying in that last game was a huge deal. Always having her damage out there was really big for us.
Nice.
And plus the tanks were good, so
Yeah,
Well-
don't forget about those other
Yeah,
guys.
they already did some damage. They had a bunch of CC. It was a whole thing. Whatever.
Well, Fear, again, huge congratulations on the comeback victory tonight. But Calculated Throw fans, don't go anywhere. You just saw 2Calculated2Throw, but we're going to get the sister team up next. They start in just about 35 minutes up against Bancho. We got a Division C East matchup coming to you. I'll be joined by Slexia in just a few moments. I think I'm just going to shut the stream down for a second and bring it right back up. So don't go anywhere. Hang out. We got more Heroes of the Storm, some more Nexus Gaming Series, and some more Murda coming up next. Styxa, before we go, though, let these guys know where they can find you.
Hi, everybody. You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Styxa. And you can always find me in the Division D chat. If you guys
Spicy
want to
chat.
say hello. Yeah, the spicy memes down there. That's all. That's all. Thank you for having me on. This was my first cast in one hell of a long time, so...
but you're professional. It was honestly, it was like riding a bike for you. You hopped right in. I don't like. I can relax because I know you got the mic and you got it under control. So from me to you, thank you, my man.
No worries, man. Hit me up again if we want to do another. And thanks for having me on. And thank you, chat, for listening to the hot mess that was tonight's cast.
All right, Twitch chat. We'll be back in just a few moments. I'm going to have a timer running for a bit. But thank you so much for being here for this first half of the doubleheader, and hope to see you on the second half.